Hey guys, I know that many of you lot are having difficulties accomplishing your commitments this year. You know, you may have incredible goals and accomplishments, but you're constantly exhausted seeking pleasure or you're addicted to something. Because of these conditions, you don't know how to attain these dreams or goals. These could all be symptoms of imbalanced dopamine levels in your brain. Now, if this is you, I want you to listen very, very carefully. In this video, I'll talk about what dopamine is, how it affects your mood, and most importantly, how you can restore balance and your overall well-being by doing a dopamine detox. Before we get into what dopamine detox is, let's talk about what dopamine is. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is produced in the brain that is involved with several processes such as reward, pleasure, and motivation. It is most commonly known as the feel-good chemical, since it is released when we engage in activities such as eating, exercising, or even scrolling through social media. When we identify such activities and behaviors with pleasure, our brain begins to seek more of that same experience and attention. For example, whenever you're hungry, you crave a food, right? This is because your mind has previously associated food with pleasure. And of course, once you're satisfied, your food desires will naturally diminish. But too much dopamine can lead to many problems. When we constantly seek pleasure or engage in behaviors that release dopamine, such as gambling or substance abuse, it can lead to an imbalance in the brain's reward system. This can result in a lack of focus, addiction, compulsive behavior, and a decreased overall well-being. Now, to combat this, you do a dopamine detox. And essentially, a dopamine detox is abstaining from dopamine-producing activities or pleasures for a certain amount with the hope of decreasing the reward sensitivity in your brain. I understand that many of you have watched countless dopamine detox videos on the platform, but in today's video, I'll give you an approach that I have been doing since the start of the new year and some tactics to follow for the next week. Countless people have various ideas about how long a dopamine detox should be. I've seen a lot of content creators do it for 4 to 6 months, but I think 7 days is a good foundation. And then once you've done those 7 days, you can consider whether you want to continue or not. You should think of this detox as a hard reset on your mind, because in the long term, what it will do is you'll be able to focus while working and at a better efficiency rate, and it will basically boost your productivity levels. Now, for the next 7 days, starting from tomorrow, I want you to incorporate these tactics into your life. Now, the first tactic you should be able to do, or you should be able to implement, is to reduce your daily screen time to about 2 hours a day. I'm going to be using some information to help me with this point. Now, according to Statistica, the average user's screen time in the UK is about 4 hours a day. It's 28 hours a week, which is equivalent to about a fairly busy part-time job. That's statistics for 2021. Now, last year, the average American's user screen time was 7 hours a day. That's 42 hours a week. Like that's a full-time job. Like, what are you doing? Anyway, it kind of pissed me off. Now, if your screen time is roughly the same, what you can do is on iPhone, you can actually make, I know there's a widget where you can place your screen time on your home screen. That way it makes you more conscious, and I think you can do the exact same thing on Android. But if you have Android, like me, what you can do is you can download the Indistractable app launcher, which essentially removes all your app icons, as you can see right here. I've done it as well. It basically does this, which, you know, is great because I've started to pay less attention to my phone. This will allow you to be more productive as you're not even going on your phone as much, which is a good thing. Now, the second thing I want you to do during this dopamine detox is to have no social media whatsoever. That means deleting your Instagram, your TikTok, and even YouTube, because the rise of social media and the rise of short form content on these platforms, many of you lot are just swiping and consuming content with no sense of care, and you're investing way too much time that you don't even acknowledge it, and you can use that time for something else, something better. It's sad to say, and it's a sad reality, but social media has no value. But these social media platforms, they do have, they can be extremely useful if used effectively. If you watch YouTube, for instance, what you can do is you can download these specific like Chrome extensions that hide all the recommended, all the content on the recommended page, which means you can choose which channels you subscribe to and watch their content. The third thing I want you to do is to practice mindfulness. Engaging in mindful practices such as meditation, it can help regulate dopamine levels and reduce cravings for pleasure-seeking behaviors. You would also be more aware of your surroundings, and you have a higher attention span because you no longer have social media, and because of that you have an increased amount of focus, which is great. Now, the third thing I want you to do is to read books. Since you have no social media to consume, hopefully for these next 7 days, you could use books as a source of entertainment or a way to learn new things. After all, reading has numerous benefits, and it is also considered as an essential skill for both academic growth and personal development. It has the ability to enhance cognitive performance because it allows you to improve your memory, your focus, and concentration. It also provides opportunities for personal and intellectual growth, which is great. But overall, it is just such an effective way to gain knowledge, improve one's cognitive ability, and become a well-rounded person. What you should do is you should be getting enough sleep. Now, lack of sleep does cause a decreased production of dopamine, so it's very important for that. At least 7 to 9 hours of good sleep is recommended. The benefits of having good sleep is that you will have more clarity when working, which means you can make better decisions. What you should do is you should exercise regularly. Now, if you continue to exercise, it is shown to have increased dopamine production and improved overall well-being. Plus, you have so many added benefits, like losing weight or getting stronger or, cardiovascular health. By incorporating these strategies into your daily routine, you can detox and restore balance to your dopamine levels, which increase your focus and your productivity. Remember, it's all about finding a healthy balance and not relying on pleasure-seeking behaviors to boost your mood. If you find this video informative, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and peace. Bye.